That's an awesome
Hail,
song.
welcome to Wheel of Time in Review with Razyel Kayne and myself, Ninja Bill of Ninja Bill Reviews. And to start us all out, that way. Start us out here, Razyel Kayne. Tell everybody about yourself, where to find you, and have you got anything cool this week?
Yes, I am very cool this week. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Discord somewhere. I don't even know my server's name. But I'm part of T Robot Recruits or something. Anyway, um, where else? That's pretty much it. You can find my email on my website. If you want to send me an email, you can do that. On my YouTube account. So yeah, what's new? I'm back in doing voice acting spotlight. Just did
Nice,
Alan
nice.
Oppenheimer yesterday.
Yep, I watched that. That was a good,
Yeah.
good, good one. Everybody, make sure you check it out. By the way, if you look at the description below the video here, you will find links to Raziel Kane's channel. So make sure you check that out. Preferably after we're done with the show. You can do it
Yes.
during too.
So what
Continue.
else new? Oh, I picked up. Well, fun stuff. I did the toy hacks for this, and I haven't seen PPR's review, so I think I'm the first to toy hack sludge and put it online
Nice.
from amongst the people I know. So that never happens because PPR is the shit. He always gets his stuff
Yeah,
super
the
early.
only video I think I've ever beaten out anybody I know, and a few people I don't, was Power of the Primes Inferno, and I was like first or second person ever to put out a video. Of course, I had what, 2 views on it, but still, the point was, yeah, it's
Yeah.
the only.
Well, it happened to me twice. Like that, I was the first. No, three times. Um, God, what was it? Well, slag. I was the first one to get slag amongst all the people I follow. So I did an actual video of this one. Sludge, I actually got it before everybody else too, and I did a live review of it, and it sucked. And I pointed that out in my Toy Hacks review. So this
Yeah,
is
live reviews never quite work out the way we'd like them to.
nope. Thank God Brian from TF fan page was there, and he helped me. So, and then the other one was the set for Beast War Ravage, that pack with the G1 Ravage 2 for War for Cybertron.
Hmm.
I was the first one to get it from all the people I know, and I reviewed it in one day, and I got fairly decent views on it. So, but what else did I get this week? I didn't get anything new, but I did toy hacks the Windows of knockoff MP39, and then
Nice.
also the Windows. Well, anyway, the car mode. I have there was a whole toy hacks decal set for the car, but I preferred not to do it because I like the way that he's all yellow. And now look at that. I have a Sunstreaker shelf.
Awesome.
I have three. Well, I have the Earthrise. He's with my season one stuff. But KO G1, this is Classics Universe or Universe Classic. And
Either
then
way it goes.
knockoff MP39. So I'm looking to get a Power of the Prime ones, even if he sucks. And maybe
Maybe he
other.
does.
Oh, and I pre ordered the MS37 Sunstorm Sunstreak from is it New Age or Magic Square or Doctor Wu? I don't know. It's anyway on Shozy store. That was something that Deluxe posted, and I'm like, yes, I'm getting a Legend Sunstreaker. Uh,
Nice.
with with Sludge, there was a little decal for a rub symbol.
Yeah, where they figure you're gonna dig it and keep sending them. That'd be awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that actually might just work, but it's $5 for four. $5 for four decals. I'm like, I have tons of bots, and I think there's only one size. So you can't replace a symbol. You have to add it somewhere else. So I don't know if I'll actually go down that route. And then I got Holler not too long ago. I shot the review. I haven't edited it yet. And
Beautiful
but I
figure.
love the guy.
Beautiful figure.
I
Beautiful.
know.
I dig him so much. I do. I cannot believe how much I really really enjoy this figure. I mean, it's it's fantastic, man. It's
Yeah. And
fantastic.
then I have Artfire. Oh, sorry. I have Canadian Inferno, and I have Inferno, and Grapple, and they're all three are toy hacks. So he's the next toy hacks I'm really looking forward to.
I have Grapple, Inferno, and now Hauler. I never picked up Artfire. I think he was an exclusive or something. And exclusives I
No,
usually.
he's a Generation Select. If you look on my
Yeah.
the website of my sponsor, djccollectibles.com.ca, you can get it and also get it at 10% discount using the code at the end of my videos.
Nice. Brava, brava. But I typically don't use Toy Hacks labels. I typically don't shop online. I like to go into the find stuff in the wild. It's just one of the,
Yeah.
and so I typically don't buy online exclusives and whatnot. So, I'm missing Artfire, but again, it's no big deal to me because I'm just not that familiar with the figure. I know who Artfire is, but
But dude, he's like super popular with. Where is he? Hold on. Artfire.
I can see him. I can see him right there. Yep.
And this is, I think the logo on his chest. Freaking camera not picking up. Anyway, I think that's the Japanese Red Cross.
Well, Artfire was Japanese, so. Yeah.
So why aren't you picking it up? Like, you're NinjaBill. You're literally your name originates from Japan.
Yeah, I
you
don't
should
know.
get him.
I don't know. I should. I love Hauler though, man. I love that bright green, the gunmetal gray on him. Like on his side tanks, on his shoulders, that gunmetal gray. Yeah. The side tanks, which are on his legs, in robot mode. I love that gunmetal gray color.
I have more attachment to this guy than Skids, and this guy had literally 5 seconds of vehicle mode screen. We never saw the robot mode on the G1 show. I prefer this guy to Skids.
Yeah, this guy is a great toy. So, anything else to add?
Oh yeah, I got this toy hacks. No, I picked up those precision tweezers. Yes, well, I received them today from Amazon. So there's tons of them because my old ones, the tip is starting to curve, so they don't pick up anything anymore. So this is a different brand, and it's a whole kit. And then when I opened it, my girlfriend told me, your bikini line better be perfect. So I guess some women are crazy enough to just rip off hair for the bikini line, which to me is crazy.
I thought the bikini line was, on Transformers, but okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that works too.
yeah, they don't have bikinis.
Well, how do you know?
I don't want bikinis then on Transformers.
Me neither. All right, moving right along, and I am NinjaBill of NinjaBill
Oh, wait,
Reviews.
what did you pick up?
I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
NinjaBill of NinjaBill Reviews. That's where I was, yes. NinjaBill of NinjaBill Reviews. You can find me on YouTube as NinjaBill Reviews. You can also find me on Facebook as Shinobi Birru. I believe I am Shinobi Birru on T-Formers as well. And I post a lot there. Facebook mostly, YouTube, so you can find me there. And this week I just put up the Little Guys Part 2 video on my YouTube channel, which is core class, where the Little Guys is what I'm calling my core class reviews, where I'll do 2 or 3 core class figures all at the same time. Just boom, put them out there. And you can check that out. Before that, I had the RX 78, RX 79 BD, which is Blue Destiny Unit 1 review out there. Man, I noticed that my Gundam reviews always bring down. Never mind. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, and I love Gundam. I'm so passionate about Gundam.
I'll just keep doing it. Eventually, you'll pick up Gundam subscribers.
Yeah. So, anyway, I did pick up, as you saw there, I did pick up Hauler. Love this toy. Love it. I'm a big fan of the mold and of itself, so that was really cool. I picked up Override, and she's pretty cool. I have the original Override as well, so, a little quick side-by-side comparison. There's with the original. And I also picked up Clampdown, which is Diaclone colors.
He looks good. He looks good.
Does. He looks great. He looks great. So, I picked that up. What I got coming up? I got Studio Series 86 Perceptor coming up. That's this guy here. I'm not so he'll be coming up, and of course, because Perceptor is one of my favorite characters, when you see him, you will of course be seeing him next to his G1 counterpart. So G1 toy counterpart. I've also got
Yep.
uh, Studio Series Brawn coming up. He's pretty cool, and I got a bunch of other stuff. Some Gundams coming
I
up.
haven't picked up Braun. I have this one here, and he's fine.
Yeah, he's
So
fine.
I'm not updating Braun yet.
Well, this
Yeah,
is from the Bumblebee. This one is from the
yeah.
the Bumblebee movie series, and I gotta tell you, I like this toy. I do. I like this toy. I think he's really, really. I think it's a good toy. So
Did you
I
do the
actually,
toilet fan mode?
huh?
Did you try the toilet fan mode?
No.
Check it
I
out
was.
online. Type in Studio Series 84, whatever Braun,
Mhm.
fan mode toilet, and you'll have you can transform him, and he actually looks like a toilet bowl.
Wow.
It
That's
just, if that's something you like. I mean, Deluxe has
weird,
been
but
doing reviews of toilet and urinals robots for like 2 months now.
mm. Also have a Green Ranger coming up. Super 7 Green Ranger toy coming up. So, yep.
Nice. You know what I'd
And
like? A crossover with Transformers and Power Ranger where Dragon Zord transforms.
that could be cool. That could be cool. Well, he kind of does already, when he goes to combine with the other Zords.
Well,
So,
yeah, but I mean,
yeah, I get what you mean.
it'd
Yeah.
be something different. So, but
I just
Dragon Zord was my favorite. Green Ranger, Tommy was my favorite character. Love the Power Rangers back
I'm
then.
just I just started reading a Godzilla Power Rangers crossover. So,
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And Godzilla, of course, stomps the shit out of the Ranger Zord.
Of course,
When he
Godzilla's
goes to
freaking.
attack him, they do hurt him. They do hurt him, but he's like, okay, I'm tired of this, and then scraps the Zord.
Yeah, but that's
You know,
they're doing another Kong versus Godzilla. It's been announced. Can't wait to
nice,
watch that. I love the MonsterVerse.
nice. I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and this is book 8, I believe, The Path
Yep.
of Daggers. Go ahead and start us off where we left off last time with.
Where we left off last time is Matt. The Sanshin are coming back. Matt is in Tenshiko. Oh, hold on. Ilian and Naive and the guy Land. They're married now. The Elaine found the bowls of winds, and Matt fought a golem, and he's fine. The golem is hurt. And then Matt, at the end, the stanchions are coming back, and there's a wall that falls on top of Matt. So we think that Matt's last word being, "Where's my bloody luck?" Well, he's alive. Did you make that before I make comments, or that's something you found online?
I found this online, and I think it's
Okay, it
just
looks
nice.
like the type of maps I would do when I was on my Windows 3.1.
I actually like it because it really highlights a lot of areas. So,
Yeah, stuff that's
like,
not in the book. I can see that.
yep, yep. So it's really, really nice. Tanchico, I believe, is over this way.
But it's down
There's,
south. It's Ilian.
there's
I
Ebodar.
is it?
There's Tanchico right there.
Yeah, but they're not there. They're full down.
Uh,
Keep going down
there's
on the
Ebodar.
coast, and then keep going right, and then that's Ilian.
Yep,
There, yeah, there you go.
yep. There
So
we are.
Sanctions have reinvaded from there, from the south, instead of going back to Falm from the east.
Mm,
And Matt was crushed by a falling wall, a wall that fell because Sanctions were bombarding the city.
mm-hmm.
Because Sanctions are evil. And even at the end of the series, I still think they're a bunch of jerks.
I
But
do too.
yeah. So Matt, basically, the book this time is divided again in different parts. You have Basically, you have Ni Naive that warns the Tower and Bestie about the Black Adja and Mogadine because they fought her. They don't mention Burgit, who's been pulled out of the Dreamweave. Wow, the Dream, Tellaraniad.
Yep.
They leave Ibudar with the Aes Sedai, the Knitting Circle, which we've met in the previous book,
There
which
is
basically the
Eldar.
knitting circle is a group of women that think they're clandestine, but they're known to the Aes Sedai. Basically, they take rejects and they help them live fulfilling lives without wanting to kill themselves.
Hmm.
Um, and then so they go. Oh, they leave with the knitting circle, 20 windfinders, and they leave Matt behind because Matt is alive and he's looking for Oliver. And Oliver, who's the kid, who's the orphan, who's being raised by 20 uncles who are all womanizing jerks. Or, so that kid's going to grow up
Perfect
to
like
be such
yeah.
a charmer.
Yep. Perfect
Uh,
lifestyle for that period and where they are and when they are and stories that they live in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So then after that, when they move through the gateway, Avienda, she spots Moradin. So she does something that's gonna blow everybody away. Blow everybody away is she unweaves the gate. So basically, that's what weaving we've known, and that's what they call the casting of spells. You weave a pattern and it produces an effect. And she's able to unweave it. And no Aes Sedai has ever been able to do that. So they're all like, "Oh my god,
Don't
what are
do
you
that. Don't do that.
doing?"
Stop. What are you doing? And then she.
Exactly. And then she's just like, "It's how do I explain a rock is hard? You can't. It just is." So anyway, they use they hold on. I mean, then they look for an angle amongst the things they found with the bowl. Oh, they find the terangriel of. I think that they find the second statue.
Yeah, yeah. They find the lady statue,
Yeah,
Terran that will be used later in the books. It's not. It's important, but not as important as
is
it
it
is
this book?
later.
We'll see.
No,
We'll see.
no, I don't
I
believe
hope
so.
because that's my favorite part of the whole
Oh
freaking.
yes, that
I
fight is
love that part.
that fight when they're cleansing Satan is one of
Yep.
the best fights. Oh, I love it, but I don't think it's in this book.
Okay.
It might be the
So,
next one. I think we're close to it though.
oh yeah, yeah, we are. So then they get to and what's been happening is that the Dark One has been causing global warming, as far as I can tell,
Hmm.
and everything is getting hotter, and there's everybody's dying and of heat because it's crops are going bad, and that's basically the Dark One just raising the thermostat on the whole continent, and they're hoping that the Bowl of Winds is gonna break that. So I remember that there's a wind finder who won't she before they use it she goes on in a rant for like 3 pages that this is an ancient right of the wind finder. I'm like, god man, just use it. But Jordan liked to write long speech,
Yeah.
so they use the bowl. All I said, what they don't expect is that it's going to draw Satan even if there's no man in the circle, and the power is gonna behave strangely, but um, it's going to work. So basically, after they cast that spell, the temperature is gonna go back to normal. So
Yeah.
next book is called Winter's Heart because it hasn't freaking snowed in a year. So yeah. So that's that part with
Yep. And then
the Bowl of Winds.
yep. And so the next part of the book is
Oh wait, the
the,
Sanction attacks.
oh yeah, I
That's
was
true. They
but
they're all exhausted. They have to flee. So LA makes a gateway to travel, and she
Bienda picks it
tries to
apart.
unweaves it as Avienda did, but she fails because she doesn't know what she's doing, and it blows. and it destroys everything around it.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
a dirty bomb of sorts, if you want to put it.
exactly. And
Yeah,
that's at
yeah.
this point that Avienda and Elaine they decide to adopt each other as first sister, and that's I think next book. Basically, first sister means you're they give you a like a rebirth experience, and then you're it's like you were born together and you're sisters.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's a good way to better than the way I was going to try to explain it. Much shorter too. I dig it.
yeah,
I dig it. Yep. So once that is done, the book moves on. Uh, um, a as they reach their next destination, one of the kin that they travel with, as a novice from the tower who ran away, and she, they start figuring out that without the okay, so when you're become a Aes Sedai, you have to swear an oath on the oath rod.
yeah,
And the girls quickly realize after they meet these previous novices who ran away, like this one who ran away 70 years ago, another one ran away 300 years ago. They're like, well, how are they living this long? Well, it's because they never swore on the oath rod. And they get to, because they never swore an oath, the power stays with them and is not, not, well,
yeah. That's when they realize that the oath rod has
a
a
deleterious effect. Yeah.
exactly, which it seems only Cat Swan is not affected by that.
Yeah. And
She's over 300.
yeah, Codswain was thought to be the oldest living Aes Sedai until these women started coming out. Like one was 300 years old. There's a one in the Sanchan who I forget her name, but she's over 400 years old. She
Yeah.
eventually joins Rand and the others. As a matter of fact, I think it's in this book or the next that she joins Rand. Um, but yeah, so that's a pretty big part of the ongoing story is that once this is revealed that the oath rods actually take away some of your lifespan. They um one when um Egwin learns of this, she decides she wants to do away with the swearing on the oath rod because
Well,
uh,
she wants the people.
to choose.
They need Aes Sedai to swear to the oath rod, but she wants to retire them. People Aes Sedai could retire, get the oath rod removed, the oath removed,
Hmm.
and then after that they could go on living long lifespan life.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
that's going to cause a lot of tension because you're still a powerful caster. You could go rogue. You could, and that
Join
a
the
lot of
Black
people.
Aja.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
her thinking is this: is she has kept her oaths, and yet she's not sworn on the oath rod. So by her way of thinking, what do people really need to swear upon the oath rod? If she can keep it just as well without, why do others need it? That's part of her thinking, but she does agree that the oath rod should still be used to some
yeah.
extent. So, yep. And
So
so anyway, uh, meanwhile, the girls, with Elaine, arrive uh, in Camlin, which is if
yeah.
we,
Well, there's two murders.
well,
There's
yeah,
two Aes Sedai
there's
who are
two murder.
murdered. Idelaine and no, not Idelaine.
Yep.
Adeleas and Ispan. Um,
Yeah, they're murdered around I think
sh-
Four Kings or Market Sharon at the book, if I'm not mistaken, in the book, and then they arrive at Camlin, which
yeah.
is the
So
capital of Andor.
yeah. Well, Adeleas was a brown Adja, and Ispan is black. Both murdered without any, fight. It seems that it must have been somebody that they trusted. So anyway, Elaine takes the palace and sits on the lion throne, which is a long time coming.
Hmm. I've been waiting for that moment since book three.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yep.
And
Pretty
she's a
much.
good ruler.
Yep. And so She takes the throne. She meets with Dylan, who is, I believe, in some way related to her, like a great aunt or something like that. But at any rate, she meets with her. She becomes, Dylan becomes Elaine's main supporter, and as well as confidant. And then Elaine decides, uh, uh, you know, to tell Dylan about all her plans with the Dragon Reborn, Rand. And to which
Yeah.
Dylan is, initially aghast. She's like, "What is going on?" And it actually amuses Elaine how Dylan reacts whenever she talks about Rand during, the ongoing series. And Jared brings him up. Dylan, gets all uncomfortable, and it
Yeah.
amuses Elaine. It amuses Elaine to do that with anyone, really, but yeah, especially, yeah. And then, if you remember in the last book, the Shido, who are the sort of renegade Aiel, who at one time captured Rand. Well, some of them survived, and
Yeah.
the leader is called Savannah or Savannah. I haven't figured out which way to pronounce it yet. It's either Savannah or Savannah. But anyway, uh, um, she is she is a total
Control freak.
domineering. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Anyway, she finds one of these. She gets an oath rod, I believe, is from one of the Forsaken, right? And then makes people swear to obey her by using it. But the other wise
That's right.
ones tell Savannah that she can't control any of them, and that really galls her to no end.
Well, there's divisions now. Like there was division between the AL, and now there's divisions between the Shadow.
Yeah, yeah, and so um, I think it moves to the book. Then moves from them, I think, to Perrin.
Baron, my boy, man, I love this guy.
Yeah, Perrin is one of my favorite. I think Matt is my favorite. I think Perrin is my second, but I think they are somewhere in Geldon, if I'm not mistaken. I got to find Geldon on the map. I forget where Geldon is.
Yeah, well,
Um,
they are in Galden.
yeah, right here is Geldon.
Yeah,
So, yep. So this is the two rivers where Edgemond Fields and Two Rivers where Perrin was, and now they're moving into him and his lack of a better term army is moving into Geldon or Gildan, as I've heard other people they call it Gildan. I
yeah.
say Geldon, but so they're moving here, and Johanna is its capital. So, but they're somewhere around here during the book series. So yeah. Anyway, he had sent Berlane. Perrin had sent Berlane to meet with Queen Aliendre, who was the queen of Geldon,
Yeah.
and he by chance also happens to rescue Elaine's mother, Queen Morgazy, and her party.
See,
It's
I call her more gas. I don't know why
Morgas.
more gas, more gazy,
Yeah,
more gas.
Morgazy.
I don't know.
That's just how I think they actually had the pronunciation in the book. If I'm not mistaken, it's
Oh,
Morgazy.
potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
So go
Anyway,
ahead,
her
keep going.
and he rescues Morgazy and her party. Her party consists of Morgazy, her old maid, Linny, I believe her name was, and her what used
Yeah,
to
it's
be
not
one
in
of
this one.
her guards. I forget his name.
Yeah, yeah. He's the guard that's been. He saw her being corrupted by the
And
dark.
rescues her. Yep.
Yeah, and he's loyal to her, and he helped her escape and get to the Children of the Light, and they're eventually they're gonna get married.
Yep, yep. He's always loved his queen, and it takes a while for her to warm up to that idea, to warm up to him. Uh,
Yeah,
um, but at any rate, but when Perrin rescues them, he doesn't know who she is. He has no idea. He's never met the queen before.
that's right.
He's
Only
only
Rand did, right?
yep,
Rand
only
met
ran.
in the first book because he fell over the wall and he was captured by the guards.
Hmm. So
Yeah,
they've
so
never met each other before. So
he
uh,
doesn't know. Fail takes them into service after Morgus learns that Perrin is connected to the Dragon Reborn, and then Elias comes back.
Yay! We all
We
love
love
Elias.
Elias. And
Yep.
he basically tells him that, oh, you're living with a Chaldean. You should yell at her. And
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing in this series. Berlane is after Perrin just because that's what she does. And
Yeah,
then
she's a
Fail
temptress.
keeps, she's upset that Perrin yells at Berlin, and he yells at her to tell her to go away. But really, in Saldea, a man and a woman that love each other will yell at each other to make
Yeah,
their love stronger.
fight like cats and dogs, and I just don't get that kind of relation. But apparently in Saldia, it's custom.
That's
That's
that's the
it's
norm.
yeah, it's customary for a wife and for a man and his wife to just absolutely go batshit on each other. And
And
I don't get.
that's why Fail is jealous because he's yelling at Berlin instead of her. And Perrin is like, "Are you messing with me?" And Elias is like, "No, no, man, try it." And he does try it at some point, and it does work. Oh, women are
So
crazy.
Berlane eventually returns with a strange woman. And as soon as the woman enters the tent and Berlane introduces a parent and Fail to her, and again, this is Queen Alejandre, a queen in her own right, um, swears fealty to Perrin and grants him all her lands and titles. And of course,
And that's the work of Tavarine.
yeah, that's the work of the Tavarin all the way. And of course, Perrin being who he is, because Perrin's like, no, he's stubborn, honest, and just there's not a bone of deceit, of deceit in his body. He tells her that she can rule for him as his faithful vassal. So he doesn't want to rule. He doesn't want to be a lord. I mean, we spent one book listening to him, entirely telling us, I don't want to be no, I'm not a lord. I'm no lord. Stop that. Knock it off. Don't
Yeah,
call me Lord Perrin, especially from people like when he grew up with that Ray helped raised him, you know, or elders long before, he was a kid, are now calling him Lord. And to him, that just was not right. It just does not sit with him. But anyway,
it's weird.
he tells her that she can rule in his stead. Then he goes off to meet Massima. Oh, Massima is
I
the
had forgotten Messima.
oh he
Like
is
he's one of the original that went with Rand
he's
to
Saldean.
Falm.
Yep, he's
And
Saldean.
then when he was fighting the Forsaken in the sky, he went freaking mad as a prophet.
Hmm.
But then he started a whole religion, and
He is.
he's completely crazy.
Oh yeah, he's nuts.
And well, he's gonna pay for it eventually.
But he was showing signs of his mental instability even before that. Remember when way back when Perrin was worrying about the hammer or the hatchet that he carried, which or hammer or the axe, and
Hmm.
Elias had warned him, hey, when you start liking to use an axe too much, that's time to get rid of it. And they
Yeah,
were like in the woods, and a bunch of Trollocs attacked, and even then, you know, Massima, was he was nuts. I mean,
yeah, he is.
yeah, he already was nuts, and after seeing what Rand did, it drove him to absolute madness. I mean,
Yeah,
he worships Rand, but it's like
it's not
he's a
healthy.
zealot. Yeah, in the most
He's a
unhealthy
zealot, but he
way.
abuses people. Like he takes advantage of people's generosity. And
Yep.
but anyway, Fail is captured by the Shadow. That sucks. And that's gonna last for like what, 3 books?
Yeah. Fail. It wasn't only fail, but it was fail. It was
Oh, there's a
Queen
bunch of
Aliendre.
people.
Yeah, it was fail, Aliendre, and Morghese got
Yeah,
captured.
of
Yep.
course, Berylane escapes,
Hmm.
and that she's gonna play this to her advantage, and she's gonna make an entire camp. But that's more in Winter's Heart. So
Hmm.
yeah, maybe I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
Grendel is visited by Mogadine
Hmm.
and a girl called a girl called Sidane,
Yeah. Sindane.
who's stronger
Sindane.
than Grendel. And who is Sidane?
Sind
She's
is Celine, who's
well,
been
it's Lanfear.
or Lanfear. I mean,
Yeah, she's the
Lanfear. Yeah.
reincarnation of Lanfear.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah, because Lanfear died. Well, died because of Moraine in the
Hmm.
Red Door frame
Yeah.
Terangwell.
It was sort of covered in a very short, like one or two paragraph, in the last in that book. So Moraine and her fell through the Terran Grawl mirror like thing doorway into the snake like people's realm, right?
Yeah,
And there they drained the women of their power. They feed on the power. They feed on their essence. They feed on their soul,
that's
and
right.
they kept drain her well. Lanfear was a treat to them because of her age and how much power she had. They they just used her and just drained her up, and I forget the head one's name right now, but he went to uh, um he went to visit the snake people and to make a deal, and they basically told him to get lost, and he said, well, you know who my master is, and they didn't care. They're like, well, your master doesn't touch us here.
Which
And
is true. They're in a
which is true.
completely different dimension.
Yep, which is true. They told him to, basically to go suck it, and so
Yeah,
but they did give him Lanfear's body, so apparently the Dark One, remade her into Sindane, who's you know, teenage, looks like a teenage girl, and small of stature, but
yeah,
had a bit of greater power than she did even as Lanfear, but not much more. So, or yeah, Morden. Morden is the one who rescued Lanfear, so to speak.
yeah. He is, and then so the Grand Hall she's visited, but she thinks that it's a trap, so she puts a compulsion on them. But then she's forced to free them by Shadar Aran. And I think this is the first time we see Shadar Aran
Oh, Shadar Haran. Shadar
because
Haran.
he's a very tall near drawl.
Yeah,
Like he's shoulder
and
taller,
intelligent,
and
and apparently is the sort of he's sort of in the book's descriptions. They sort of describe him as being the Dark One's avatar, so to
yeah,
speak.
basically.
Yep.
So a good character.
Yeah, yeah.
He's evil. He's scary. That's the part I like. In the tower, the Aes Sedai are arguing that Daman could exist because they're stupid and believing that they only believe what they saw and what they know. And the Aes Sedai are very close-minded people.
Yeah, they are.
Alviarin continues to use the fiasco of Ren's kidnapping to make Elida give bad orders. Elida's going, she makes Elida accept penance. Elida is a mess compared to what she used to be. Mizana teaches Alvarin traveling, which is traveling is being rediscovered in these lands were a long time coming, and everybody wants to learn that.
Thanks
There's
to Rand. Thanks to Rand, and Lanfear and Moghedian.
yeah,
They've all taught the art of traveling to one person or another, and now it's just starting
yeah.
to spread far and wide.
And now the tower is super divided because now uh, is Egwene captured yet in this?
Not
Not
yet.
not
Well,
yet. Okay.
I think towards the end of the book, I
Yeah.
know that she later on the book we'll get there. So we're almost to that point. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So then basically the tower is divided. The Ajas don't speak to one another. There's a couple Aes Sedai who are on a mission to find out who has been told telling lies. So Forsyth said they believe may have told a lie into obeying them. They discover rebel agents spreading rumors of Logain and the Red Adja. So basically, I don't know if that's true or not. Is it something that C1
Ooh.
Sanche told Logain to tell, or is it something Logain told her it happened? I don't
Well,
recall.
it comes to light to see why they start using the oath rod is there are several Aes Sedai in the tower, loyal to Elena, but who start to see connections where they're, shouldn't be seeing connections, because they start to think, wait a minute, what is the blockage real? Okay, so they
Oh
start
yeah,
testing other women in the tower, and they come upon these two who are actually secret agents, sort of the rebel Aes Sedai. And
yeah, and they think that they're with Saladar, and they mentioned the rumor that Logain was basically he was raised a false dragon by the Redaja so that they could
mhm,
have somebody to hunt, right?
yep,
Is that that's the
y-
rumor?
yep, that's the rumor. And they find out, but in all actuality, that's actually true to
Is it?
some
That's the
extent.
thing. I was never able to. Maybe I should reread, but it was never. I know that Logain starts telling that story in Saladar, but
Hmm.
I thought this was a made up story that
Oh,
C1
you're
told
right.
him to
You're right.
tell
Yeah, you're right.
so
You're
that they
right.
could be reincorporated with the Aes Sedai.
Yep.
So,
Um.
but everybody believes it to be true. And then
Yep.
while they're interrogating these two girls, uh, they're interrupted by a group of sitters who understand what they're doing. So basically, one of them has a strike of genius. She takes the oath rod, unbinds herself, and then rebinds the three oaths to herself.
That they are
And then
not a
she
dark
says,
friend.
I am not of the Black Ajah. So then she proves that she cannot be Black Ajah. And then everybody else does the same thing except Talene Minley. So she's exposed as a Black Ajah. And I like that scene because it ends with one of the Aes Sedai grabbing a dagger and clutching it, like white knuckling it,
Hmm.
because they know that they're going to get into a fight, you know?
Yep. Yep.
So that was a great.
And then we move from that one into the Black Tower, which is sort of the counterpart to the White Tower, where all the Aes Sedai are. Rand
Yeah.
has founded the Black Tower. It's where men go to train. And Logain now, since he's been restored by Nynaeve, uh, um,
Well,
leads a
yeah,
group.
he went to Rand, and then Rand told him go to the Black Tower because I don't trust Tahim.
Hmm.
And yeah, keep going.
Hmm, sorry, I was taking a drink. He leads he leads a group of Ashaman to capture one of the party's Aes Sedai who were intending to destroy the Black Tower. He bonds them. Uh, uh, um, he bonds Tobane in something that resembles a water bond. One of the other Ashaman states Tame will not be pleased because Rand doesn't trust Tame. Tame is actually a dark friend. Okay, a dark friend is the term you'll hear those who
Well,
serve the Dark
Tahim is
Lord.
actually going to become the latest Forsaken. At one
Yep,
point, he's going to be promoted
yep.
to
Um,
everybody's. And all the other Forsaken are like, "What? He's a
yep.
weakling. He's a."
And see, originally when Rand brought Logain to the tower, or what sent Logain to the tower, he sent there to be an equal with to help train the other Ashaman to be an equal with
Yeah.
Tame. Well, Tame would rather see Logain dead, and that
Oh
Logain
yeah.
even thinks that way. Logain says he thinks Tame would rather see he was dead. And that's the truth. Tame doesn't like anybody else sharing his power.
And then Tahim, um, well, Tahim, he starts to have those private lessons to a certain group of people. So you know that there's division, and that he's training new dark friends basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
So
but Logan captures Aes Sedai, and
bonds
um,
them, and yep, and
yeah,
and that'll be another in the next book. That'll go to a much wider and darker place.
yes,
What happens there? So again, the book skips a bit, and now we shift to Egwin, who is the leader of all the rebel Aes Sedai. So
yeah,
she has a dream. She has prophetic dreams now and then, and she learns that the army of Meridians and Andorans plan to stop rebel Aes Sedai moving through Andor. So she arranges to meet them. Lane and Ramonda both demand that we be given control over negotiations with the nobles. However, Swan believes that she sees a pattern in the sitters' ages. They're too young.
Well, yeah,
Sherry,
because they're rebels. So all the old ones stayed with the tower, so they have to come up with new sitters,
mm-hmm,
and they are young.
yep. Shiriam is beaten by someone now. Shiriam is, we find out later, a actually a dark friend. So, uh, um,
Which really blew me away.
it
Like
did me too.
Shiriam
Here's
was
this.
like the lovable kind of grandma. Like everybody knew her. She was the mistress of novice,
Now this is,
and
yep.
she
Everybody
was
liked
like
her.
everybody. She's everybody's grandmother, but she's firm and and then she's a dark friend. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. I gotta find Saladar on here. I forget where Saladar is. I know it's south, but I think it's somewhere around here. But yeah, in Murren, or is it near Tyr? I forget. I forget. Anyway, so they're in Saladar. I keep forgetting where Saladar. I keep thinking it's somewhere around here, but I'm not.
yeah, but they're on the move north, so
Yeah, yeah. There it is, right there. So yeah, that's it. So where was I?
no. Hold on, Saladar is not there.
Eh?
What city were you looking for?
Saladar, where Shiriam was beaten. For some reason, I
Hold
keep
on.
thinking it's around here.
Hold on. No. Well, yeah, but I think. Hold on. I'm just gonna get the other map. Okay, Carrion is here. No. No, Saladar is north of Ebudar, and they're marching to. So I'll keep going down.
Right there it is. That's
Yeah,
Saladar.
so that's where they left from. But then when they're getting closer to well, Andor and but eventually, yeah, Sharian gets beaten up,
Mm-hmm.
and um,
She gets beaten using the power. Egwin uses the meeting to make public announcements that the Great Hall cannot overrule, such that women of any age will be allowed to become Aes Sedai,
yeah,
and that stems from the kid learning from in the dream world. She talks with Nineveh and Elaine, and that's where she learns about the ages of the kin, such as one being 300 plus years old and more so. So uh, uh, um, she decides to make it public that women of any age will be allowed to become Aes Sedai, and that the army is to wait a month where they are. She talks to Tailmains, who says he can feel Matt needing him.
yeah,
Tailmains is one of Matt's army, so she
yeah.
meets with
He's part
Matt's
of the
secret,
Red Band, Red
the
Hand.
Band of the Hand, which is
Yeah,
such a cool name for an army too, man. It's
yeah,
such a cool name for an army. She talks. She sees Tailmains at that meeting, and she knows who Tailmains is. By when Matt met them in Saladar, he had Tailmains with her, so she knows who it is. So she was like, okay, how can I use the band to my advantage? So she talks to him and convinces his who says he can feel Matt needing him and he wants to stay. Um, he's going to try to help King Redoran unify the country, and so
and then
uh,
on that night, Arengar fucking kills two girls,
yep, uh,
and that's when she says she wants to free Aes Sedai from the Triotes. Things are moving fast. Like at this
yeah,
point, because Arengar is a woman who's able to cast Satan because she's the reincarnation of.
one of the
Hold on, I'm gonna
Forsaken.
click
Yeah,
here.
that Rand killed one of the Forsaken, and he is
Yeah,
the
she's Baltamel.
yeah Balthanel, and who Rand killed, and now he's the Dark One has spit him out again, for lack of a better term, and as Arangar, and only this time as a woman, to trip everybody up. It's the perfect
Yeah,
spy
well,
to
he's the
use.
one who beat up Shariam.
Mm-hmm.
And now he kills two maids, and then that's when Elaine tells Sean she wants to free the Aes Sedai from the three oaths, and then she declares war on Elida, which yeah, that was they don't that resume doesn't really play it well, but there was
A
they were
power
trying
struggle
to
going.
pass some law or some bullshit around Egwin, and Egwin proposed that they settle the question of the war first, and everybody was okay with it. And then there was, I think it's Sheriam who's shutting her mouth because she knows what Egwin is doing. And when the moment that Egwin is that the war is declared, it kind of gives, it's like Palpatine in Star Wars getting emergency power. So
Mm-hmm.
now everything has to go through Egwin because they're in a time of war. So by law, whatever bullshit they plan to overthrow her or go around her, it
That's
fell.
the way it's done with.
and
It's done with.
and that's
See,
when every Aes Sedai who was against her, now they know, okay, we're dealing with somebody who's smarter and not easy to control as
yeah,
we thought.
yeah, because they
I
all
love
wanted
that
to.
scene.
They put her on the. They put her there to as somebody they can control and run their ideas through and control her.
Yeah,
And she of course is her. Egwin wasn't going to stand for it, so she uses a bunch of things, a bunch of smaller plots to make it to this point where now she is in fact, the 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 one that has to everything has to go through, and much too late. Like when this meeting goes along, the I forget their name, um,
who?
Rwanda, and whatever her name is. All right, so they're the two main plotters that are behind Egwin, trying to go do run things,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
And during the meeting, once they too little, too late, they realize what is going on, and and it's too late to change anything. Boom, Egwin is now, you know, everything has to run through her. It's too late. They can't stop it. They can't do anything, and now they have to,
yeah.
truly see her and call her mother. So,
It
when
was
it,
so funny because there was one girl in the attendance, and Egwin knew that she knew this law, and she was hoping she wouldn't talk. And then she was looking at her, and she asked her a question about, is that the law, before the whole thing unraveled. And
mhm.
the girl, she's like, it is. And then Gwen's thought to herself, she knows what I'm trying to do, and she's not saying anything. So this is, but it could blow up.
Yep,
So I loved it.
yep. So, then the story then goes back to Sorelia, who is the one of the wise ones in Rand's camp, and
I
Cadswain.
like Sorelia.
Yeah, Sorelia is really cool. Cadswain is.
Yeah.
I like Cadswain too. Agree to cooperate with regards to Rand. Sorelia teaches Cadswain traveling. Um, uh,
See, traveling again. Everybody's getting traveling.
yep, yep. And Torval, who's been sort of a sub character, he appears in every now and then. Um, tells Rand of deserters and insanity amongst the Ashaman. He's one of the plants. Torval was a plant that Rand had put in the Black Tower to keep an eye on things behind everybody else's back. So, Narashima, one of the guards that is always with Ashaman guards and with Rand, is sent to fetch Kalendor, which is the sword that is not a sword. If you recall from, I think,
Yeah.
book 3 or 4, Rand takes some Ashaman to fight the Sanchan. And along the way, Rand is also attacked by some Ilianers. And two of the noble women with him appear to be discussing whether or not to kill him.
Yeah,
Which
because he's
he,
hurt. That's when he reopens his wound.
hmm and
The wound that won't heal, but
that idea of theirs is quickly squashed. Uh, um, Soroth, who is the leader of the Sanchan currently, has Leanderin as a slave. Leanderin was one of the Blackaja that they captured when they took was it Tanchico or
Leandrin was
Ebodar?
the one that brought Naev, Egwin, Ellen, and Min, told them that Rand needed their help, and they left the White Tower. And then
Oh
when she
yeah, yeah,
tried to sell them to the Ascension, that's when Naev just freaking erupted and blew everything up.
exactly. Um, so
Shows now she's a demand.
yep. Now she's the main. Rand decides, okay, when he's fighting the Ilianers, I'm trying to remember exactly. So Rand captures several domain and Soldam, and they proceed to a spot outside Ebodar. Uh, uh, um, and Ebodar is, of course, if we go here, boom. This is where Rand is camped out somewhere around here
Yeah.
from the book. So if you're looking on the map, that is right around there that he is planted on, and during the fight, Bashir it gets he starts they start the fight, which is a great fight by the way. You know where a bunch
Yeah.
of soldiers and everything, and they're fighting and killing and all that. And at one point, Bashir, who is right, a general in Rand's army, suggests retreat as they are heavily outnumbered by the Sanchan. Rand draws Kalendor, but is unable to control it, and
Right. And he
he
starts to kill everybody. Like
kill
it
everybody, friend and foe
and
alike. Just
I remember that Rand is just losing control, and then the next thing he knows, he's on the floor, and Bashir is yelling at him like, "You're killing us! You're killing us!"
yep, yep. And so they retreat. Uh, 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 um, but the Shanchan do as well because now they don't know what to do. Honestly, they don't know
Well,
what to
yeah. I
do.
mean, what do you do against this raw power?
Yeah, yeah, and it is raw. He was blowing up mountainsides, okay, mountainsides with a Kalendor. I mean, just mountains were erupting and exploding around the Shanchan, and
Yeah,
they just say their soul. There's nothing their domain could do to stop it or stop
yeah,
him. So at one point during the fight, the domains hurtle, fire at him, and the fire just bounces away from him, while he's holding Kalendor, and lightning comes down and strikes the domain who fired the fire at him, and just killing them instantly, and so after the battle, Rand returns to Carhane, uh, um, and
oh,
um,
that's when. Yeah, he
go
had
ahead.
tasked two Aes Sedai, Moran and Raphela, to deal with the sea folks, because the sea folks have been tailing him in different cities because they
Hmm.
want to have a meeting with him, and they want to, because he's also a promised, a prophesized ruler, or messiah or something in their culture. And the freaking deal that they strike is that they're gonna have, I think, is 1 kilometer of land that will belong to them, if in
In every
Carrion,
city. Yeah, in
and
every
well, yeah, in
city.
every city, and 4 sea folk will have to be with Rand at all times, and he's pissed because
Yeah,
that's more people around him
yeah.
again.
There are some strange analogs to our real world because in the real world here in our world, like here in the U.S., that would that would be like having an embassy, which is
Yeah,
basically
but
sovereign
it's just
soil. Boom! It's you can walk from your backyard into sovereign soil. If there's an embassy there, so
yeah,
that's pretty much exactly what they're asking for is like that kilometer, 1 square kilometer of land to be theirs and theirs alone, to do it with and to uh, uh, see fit. However, Rand tells them, okay, well, there's some trade decisions here. Like, we're going to tax you for doing business there. And first, they were all like, no, no, we don't like that. And he said, hey, if it goes from your land, because it will be your land, onto my land, you owe me something.
yeah.
And
But
so,
then that's his fault, right? Because
yeah,
he's Tavarine, the negotiations were going great, and then he left, and everything went down to shit. So
Yep.
after he has that meeting, he goes to his room. What happens? He gets beat up by maidens.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the guy can't catch a break.
Yeah.
They
It's
beat
big.
him because he's not treating them as they should be treated, because he
Yeah.
spares them from battle. Because
They
it
are
is,
war. They are war maidens. All right. They. Think of them like the Valkyrie. All right. They are
yeah,
war maidens. You know, they are there to fight. That is their life. They are maidens of the spear, and the spears are their lives. They live to fight, and he is still treating them like his sisters, and they although technically they all consider him as a
a
brother, a
brother. Yeah,
father, whether it be an older brother, a younger brother, or a son, they all treat him that way. Well, he treats them that way too, as an older sister, a younger sister, as a sibling, so he doesn't see them as warriors. And man, they beat him every time he leaves them out of a fight. So Rand, go ahead and finish.
sorry. Well, he gets beat up, and then they basically tell him that he's not treating them properly, but he still doesn't understand, because that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna escalate next book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I got a yawn that
That's okay.
wanted to come out.
Rand
So
at Go ahead.
yeah, Ren asks Cats to be his advisor in Alien. She wants an apology for his rude behavior, because everybody's looking for apologies these days. She tells him Calendar is dangerous. You shouldn't use it. And he's also upset when he finds out that Elaine tore his banner down, because that's her land. It's not
Mhm,
his.
mhm.
And I think she's right. Um, Sorelia brings 5 of the prisoner Aes Sedai to swear fealty to Ran, and then Min sees visions around them, including one that they will serve him in their own way, Sorelia included. He leaves the throne room just before it is destroyed. Oh, yeah, because he sees the Shiva, Gedwin, and rotate in the runes. They attack him. He survives the attack, and they leave. And then Moore goes mad. Who's Moore? Oh, yeah,
Oh, one
because
of the
I think one of
Ashaman.
the
That's with him. Yep.
Ashtaman, he goes mad. And Rand is forced to poison him to kill him, because he could hurt people. And then Rand tells Min that they're leaving. Boom, end
And
of book.
end of book 8. And we there was a lot going on in this book, and it's leading to like
Well,
this
we
is
had
this.
better resume than we had for the other, because we're not doing all this from memory, because
Yeah.
there's
Some,
so much story going on.
but there are parts where you'll hear us talking, about what's going on also as well, because we just remember because we've read these books up, 100 times. But you
Yeah,
know,
I
this
think
is
you
where
read them
things
more than me.
this is where we start to really see, like the last book, Rand is starting to go more on the offensive, and here we really see that by his attack on the Shanchan. He just wants them gone before he goes.
But
He
he's
knows he's going to
reckless.
die. He knows he's going to die, but he wants to see the world better than when he left it. So he decides that the Shanchan need to go, but not destroy them completely, just go back to their lands, stay off the mainland, go back to Shanchan and live there forever. So he's taken, so not only does he have to deal with the Ashaman problem, he has to deal with Shanchan, he has to deal with the Dark One and the Forsaken, he has to deal with the Tower, he has to deal with Egwin, because he's starting to see Egwin not as his friend anymore in this book too. They
That's
don't
right.
really, you know,
She's a nice Sedai now.
yep, he starts to really
Yeah.
see her as an Aes Sedai more. As a matter of fact, it'll reach the point where the only person Aes Sedai he trusts is Nynaeve. I mean, that really,
He
through,
does trust her. You're right.
yep,
He will trust her. So
through thick and thin, she's always she. Nynaeve is my favorite character in the book for one reason is she's an absolute well, one, her her stubbornness is
oh
always
yeah.
a hilarious to read. Her stubbornness is a fun read, and but she's from book one on, she wants to bring everyone back to the Two Rivers. Well, when her life has changed, she then swears that she will, always protect them, and she swears that, and she will never leave that position. She always wants to try to protect Rand, so she's always there for him, even though she may not agree with his opinions, and he knows that, and he accepts that. He's the only one. She is the only one that Rand really opens up to from about this book going forward.
Yeah.
She
But I
is the
think that's
one.
because he's used to opening up to her because she was the wisdom.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep.
she was the
Oh
one
yeah,
you
that's
went to when you had problems. So
yep. So that's an important relationship to have. Not a romantic one, but more like a uh, 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 um, a platonic one. Deep understanding and trust, and it's a great relationship, and we're going to see a lot more of that in the books to come. When we come to book 9, things are really going to start speeding up all around all the characters and slowing down to some others. And I hope you've enjoyed being with us so far. Again, this is book 8, The Path of Daggers. I hope whoever
yeah.
comes and watches this, will have enjoyed our review of the books. It is such a fantastic series. Please don't watch the television series; it's not worth your time. And
I don't know if they're doing a season 2.
I have no idea. I stopped
I
watching
don't.
after the first or second episode. I was like, okay, I'm done with the series.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
good.
The first one
Well,
made me angry.
we have 6 books of the main story to review, and then we have the prequel. So 7
Yep.
more videos, and then after that, we'll pick a new book. I don't know.
There you go. We'll find something. So anyway,
Yeah.
tell everybody who you are once again and where they can find you.
Yes, I'm Razyel Kayne. You can find me in Canada or on YouTube on at Razyel Kayne Reviews, Instagram and Facebook. Instagram it's Razyel Kayne Reviews. Facebook I have Razyel Kayne as an entity, and I have Razyel Kayne Review as a page. And also on my YouTube, you can find my Razyel Kayne email. Oh, sorry. I'm too old for this. Yeah, I have my email address if you want to send me something. And today I just sent a message to Mark Watts, who, for those who know, is the original artist who did the artwork on the Transformers box in 84, 85, 86.
An awesome
And I
thing.
sent him a message because I'm having no luck contacting new voice actors. So I figured he was a nostalgic person, not nostalgic, but he brings nostalgia when you look at his artwork and everything.
Hmm.
So I figured, yeah, he fits. So I'm
He's
gonna
a
try
big
to see
part
if
of
I can get
Transformers
him into.
history.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna see if I can get him talking about his online business and everything. Maybe give him a hand and get me a couple more views.
There you go.
I'm
And of
at
course,
238 now.
nice. I'm actually gone down. I was saying earlier. Every time I post a Gundam review, I lose 1 or 2 subscribers. I was near to 400. I was at 399. And I started posting my Gundam reviews, and boop 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 boop
It
down
went
it
down
went.
that fast, eh?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, this is only my 5th Gundam review, and I've lost that many subscribers. I was like, oh wow. Anyway, once again, I'm Ninja Bill of Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find me here on YouTube as Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find me on Facebook as Shinobi Birru. You can also find me on tformers.com as Shinobi Birru. And take us out, Razyel Kayne. Oh, thanks for everyone for joining us. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for sticking with us. We really hope you enjoyed what we're doing here, and take us out.
I hope you've liked the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also, leave a comment. We love reading those. And remember, nothing in life gives you a right to be an asshole. Take care.